Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, October 3, 1209 America, New York. UN says 1 peacekeeper killed, 4 injured in Mali bomb attack. The United Nations says a UN convoy in Mali's northern Kidal region was attacked by improvised explosive devices which killed 1 peacekeeper from Egypt and seriously injured 4 others.
BBC News World, October 3, 7:12 America, New York. In case you missed it, an eerie sculpture and quintuplet cubs. Here's a look at some of the stories you may have missed this week.
Fox World News, October 3, 7:09 America, New York. Biden's Afghanistan decisions caused aircraft to depart with empty seats while abandoning over 100,000 Afghan. President Biden's decisions allowed planes to depart Kabul with empty seats yet leave behind tens of thousands of Afghan allies, international aid experts told Fox News.
Washington Post World, October 3, 6:52 America, New York. UN. About 500 Europe-bound migrants intercepted off Libya. The UN Refugee Agency says Libya's Coast Guard has intercepted a wooden boat carrying around 500 Europe-bound migrants off the country's shore. Washington Post World, October 3, 6:30 America, New York. Blaze damages historic bridge spanning Tiber River in Rome. A blaze that possibly was sparked by a gas canister explosion has destroyed part of an historic bridge spanning the Tiber River in Rome. RT World News, October 3, 6:14 America, New York. Israel delays COVID Green Pass update after Health Ministry's system crashes under massive traffic. Israel's plan to reissue coronavirus Green Passes, making them available only to those with booster shots, has been delayed, after the ministry's dedicated website failed to handle the traffic overload and crashed.
October 3, 6:01 America, New York. 5 charts that illustrate why being Hispanic or Latino is more than speaking Spanish. James Vasquez grew up being singled out by his cousins for only speaking English and prompting surprised looks from his peers for not getting good grades in Spanish class. October 3, 5:02 America, New York. More than 230 people arrested in Nebraska anti-gang operation dubbed KO. A multi-agency law enforcement operation in Nebraska resulted in the arrest of 231 people, according to the U.S. Marshals Service.
Washington Post World, October 3, 4:53 America, New York. Child killed in Oman as Cyclone Shaheen approaches Sultanate. A cyclone is approaching the coast of Oman, lashing the Sultanate with high winds and rain as a child was killed in floodwaters. Washington Post World, October 3, 4:50 America, New York. North Korea threatens top UN body after emergency meeting. North Korea has warned the United Nations top body against making any statements criticizing the isolated country's missile program. Washington Post World, October 3, 4:46 America, New York. Israel tightens COVID Green Pass rules, sparking protest. Israel has restricted its COVID Green Pass to allow only those who have received a vaccine booster dose or recently recuperated from coronavirus to enter indoor events. RT World News, October 3, 4:36 America, New York. Most absolute of evils. Investigation estimates up to 3,200 pedophile priests in French Catholic Church since 1950. Up to 3,200 Catholic priests have sexually abused children in France in recent history, the head of an independent inquiry has said, days before publishing a report on the scope of crimes against minors inside the church.
BBC News World, October 3, 4:21 America, New York. La Palma. New eruptions from the island's volcano. 2 new vents are causing further eruptions from the Cumbre Vieja volcano in La Palma. Mirror World News, October 3, 4 o'clock America, New York. Millions of working animals set to die in the next decade due to climate change. More than 600 million people around the world rely on animals like horses, donkeys and camels, but thousands are being killed in natural disasters every year.
Washington Post World, October 3, 4 o'clock America, New York. Under fire from Hindu nationalist groups, U.S.-based scholars of South Asia worry about academic freedom. In interviews, A dozen academics based in the United States say pressure from Hindu nationalist groups and supporters of the Indian government threatens to undermine academic freedom on American campuses. RT World News. October 3, 4 o'clock America, New York. Retiring, Duterte seems to confirm daughter's run for Philippines presidency, if she can be convinced to join ticket. The daughter of Rodrigo Duterte may seek to succeed her father as the Philippines president instead of pursuing re-election as mayor, the controversial leader implied shortly after announcing his plans to retire from politics.
October 3, 3:43 America, New York. Every one of those deaths is unnecessary, expert says of rising COVID-19 U.S. death toll. With a first-of-its-kind antiviral pill against COVID-19 potentially headed towards distribution, the healthcare community may soon have another tool to combat a virus that has claimed the lives of more than 700,000 Americans.
Washington Post World. October 3, 3:17 America, New York. Thousands of Brazilians take to streets, calling for Bolsonaro to be impeached. Inflation has added to discontent about the president's handling of the coronavirus pandemic.
October 3, 3:09 America, New York. A look at the women who brought R. Kelly to justice. Behind the downfall of R. Kelly stand dozens of women who helped bring attention to his crimes and those who helped prosecute him.
New York Times World News. October 3, 2:25 America, New York. In a surge of military flights, China tests and warns Taiwan. For 2 straight days, Beijing sent a record number of planes near the island, Taiwan said, a display of strength that underscored Chinese demands for unification.
October 3, 2:06 America, New York. The tradition traces back to the 1700s. These women are fighting to keep it alive through online retail. Many African cultures in the United States have been fighting to keep their traditions and unique way of life alive, and now, an online retail outlet is helping the Gullah community in Charleston, South Carolina, use tech to reach a wider audience. October 3, 0:23 America, New York. SNL returns with a new Joe Biden, looking to unite Democrats. Saturday Night Live is back, and with it came a new president, Joe Biden. October 3, 0:02 America, New York. Police failures exposed by Sarah Everard murder underpin culture of misogyny in the force, activists say. When thousands gathered to mourn the death of Sarah Everard, a 33-year-old woman who was kidnapped, raped and murdered in March, London police responded with force.